Oh, lads, Angel Reese has been killing it. She's been killing it. And I'm not going to lie, like, she's been really good. But the usual has happened. The usual has now happened. She's killing it. And she goes a little bit too far. Writing checks that she now has to cash. She now has to cash these checks. Because she is essentially as good as said in the public that she's better than Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese just lit the match and tossed it into the WNBA fireworks show. She didn't just throw shade at Caitlin Clark, she dragged the entire rookie class into the mess. What exactly did she say? Why are fans spiraling? And is this boss-level confidence or just chaos dressed up as swagger? One thing's for sure, Angel isn't playing nice. She's flipping tables, stirring pots, and setting the kitchen on fire. Let's unpack this drama.
You, Angel Reese. Uncle KC sees you. I see that false bravado. I see you all excited. We've won 2 consecutive games. My pretend friends in the media are telling me that we're on something called a winning streak. My team is hot, hot, hot. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. The rumors are indeed true. For the second time this season, the Chicago Bravado have managed to win back-to-back games.
Oh, but apparently we're the ones giving her too much attention? Please. When someone grabs a megaphone, climbs on the roof, and screams the loudest take of the week, you don't just shrug and move on. You break it down. You rewind it. You roast it and then rewind it again. That's the cost of making yourself the headline in a league that already runs on pure drama fuel.
Hey, in the game, Angel Reese played a great game. Angel Reese had 19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And she was able to give an interview after the game and made a very interesting comment. And in pure old Angel Reese fashion, talked smack after the game.
And here's the twist. The same people crying stop giving her attention are the ones refreshing Twitter every 10 seconds, waiting for Angel's next cryptic clapback, side-eye at a presser, or spicy Instagram caption. Be real. You're not moving on. You're practically camping out for the next episode while rocking that Team Reese hoodie like it's your birthright.
It is something that, you know, we need to talk about it. It needs to be talked about because, you've now got Angel Reese coming out and saying this.
This is a great win in front of our home crowd.
Camila Cardoso returns to the starting lineup. You both finished with double-doubles. She ends up with an incredible block on Courtney Williams to end the game as well. What are some things that you saw in her in that tandem that you guys had today?
Somebody said we wasn't the best young core in the league. I think we're the best young core in the league, for sure. Hands down, the skyscrapers, we do it every single night. So I'm really proud of everybody.
We're hands down the best young core in the...
But sure, let's keep pretending she's just innocent and minding her business. Like she isn't dropping smirks, weird energy, and little digs every time Caitlin Clark's name comes up. Angel Reese isn't just standing near the fire, she's the one splashing the gasoline, daring everyone not to watch the flames.
For the first time this season, the Chicago Bravado actually beat a team with a winning record. According to Angel Reese, this one victory in the middle of July, it makes the Chicago Bravado the best young team in the WNBA.
And here's the irony. If the world is supposed to stop talking about her, then maybe Angel should stop handing out fresh content every other day. She says she wants less chatter, but she keeps tossing quotes, smirks, and subtweets like confetti. It's like pieing someone in the face and then acting shocked when they wipe it off. Now let's talk about that ego. Oh boy. Not regular-sized. Not travel-sized. We're talking carry-on luggage at minimum. Confidence? That's normal in sports. Swagger? That's the juice. But walking around like you wrote the basketball rulebook? That's a whole different energy. And remember, the Fever? They've got the last 2 rookies of the year on the same team. That's dynasty-level stuff right there. But instead of focusing on that, the storyline keeps circling back to nobody understands Angel.
She makes everyone around her better. She's not shooting that well, but she still is the best player on the floor. She's still is the person that sets the pace of the game. She's still white Jesus. Cry harder, Marvin. Cry harder. The shots are going to fall. The shots are going to fall. It's okay. It's okay. You'll just keep.
Let's do the scoreboard math. Caitlin Clark, record-breaking college scorer. Aaliyah Boston, double-double machine holding down the fever. That duo is scary for the league. If the WNBA were Monopoly, Indiana owns Boardwalk and Park Place with hotels while the rest of the league is fighting over Baltic Avenue. But the conversation? Always hijacked by people cheered too loud for Clark and why doesn't Angel get enough love? It's exhausting. Some fans out here acting like criticism of Reese's defense is blasphemy, like she invented basketball and cured insomnia in her spare time. Reality check, being loud isn't the same thing as being great.
So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15 free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She's trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude that you slap the clipboard out of her hand.
And here's the one thing Angels camp doesn't want to touch. Consistency. Caitlin and Boston show up every single game. They don't just talk, they deliver. And the numbers back them up. The real flex isn't talking louder than everyone else, it's letting your stat sheet do the trash talk. Meanwhile, Reese's fans cry Clark gets too much attention, while reposting every single Angel mention like it's gospel. Every eyebrow raise becomes a TikTok, every vague quote becomes a meme. But when someone else gets the spotlight for actually winning, suddenly it's a conspiracy. Talent? Angels got it. But talent without leadership or maturity. That's just a highlight reel waiting to fizzle.
Phenomenal game. But the best young core in the WNBA resides in Indiana, dear. The best young core in the WNBA resides in Indiana. Okay, it's not in Chicago. Love the confidence. Love the confidence. Not mad at the trash talking at all. But the best young core in the WNBA resides in Indiana. They played today. They played today. They also beat you when they played you. Put on a phenomenal display.
Imagine being so allergic to another player's success that you convince yourself you're the one under attack. That's what this has turned into. Being the loudest voice doesn't mean you're the leader. Sometimes it just makes you the background noise. And meanwhile, the Fever are stacking real wins. Boston is anchoring the paint like it's her living room. Clark's bending defenses just by existing on the floor. That's what matters in this league. Teamwork, growth, and composure. Angel can cook up all the they hate me storyline she wants, but at the end of the day, wins drown out noise. And right now, Indiana's the team making the music.
What's up, y'all? I just want to talk about this chick, Angel Reese, for a second. She has been all over my timeline, over my Twitter, or X, Instagram, TikTok. She's always pushing people and this and that. She's always in controversy. So let me address this situation real quick. How is she a professional athlete? Like, can we step back for a second and just analyze this situation? How in the world is this chick a professional athlete? She is, out of all the clips that I've seen, she is the worst basketball player I've ever seen.
And now, my personal favorite chapter, the Cherupic Stat Parade. You know the drill. Somebody takes 8 random games, slaps a glitter filter on the numbers, and calls it proof of greatness. That's not dominance. That's a cameo. 8 games out of 50 plus isn't momentum, it's a blip. And yet, the hype train leaves the station like she just invented sliced bread. Meanwhile, Caitlin's shooting slump still looks like 16 plus points per game while dragging a team with no real offensive plan. That's not MVP, but it's a flaw most players would kill for.
This is a complete, utter disgrace to the game of basketball. Y'all put one of the worst basketball players we've ever seen in history on the front cover of a video game because y'all feel so sorry for her, and it's nothing but a pity party for Angel Reese. Every sports video game, there's been absolute ballers on the front cover, whether that's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, whatever it is. And y'all put this girl over 30, 40, 50 more deserving players in the league because y'all feel sorry for her.
But you'd think Reese just cured athlete's foot and rebuilt the Chicago sky from scratch the way people celebrate. A couple of solid nights on the floor gets spun into legendary. Meanwhile, Caitlin, in the worst stretch of her career, is still matching those highs, while carrying way more weight. The league literally changed rules to slow her down. Yet she's right there, steady. Meanwhile, Reese stans are hosting parades for a handful of 17-point nights. Here's the truth. Improvement isn't dominance. Growth isn't greatness. You don't get crowned because you finally stopped fouling out.
Man or woman, she is the worst basketball player I've ever seen, and that's not an exaggeration. I wish I was lying because I feel bad for her, for how bad she is, but she is so bad at basketball. Yet she wants to be compared to Caitlin Clark and all these great WNBA players. She's not even close. There's middle schoolers that can beat her. It is so, like, what do y'all agree with me? Because I hope I'm not the only one. She is just not a good basketball player, and she needs to keep her mouth shut.
And here's the real kicker. Expectations have been set so low that every minor step looks monumental. Reese finally makes the basic plays she should have been making all season, and suddenly it's treated like evolution. She's been in the league long enough to know the system. This isn't a warm-up anymore. She's not the intern finding the stapler. Yet somehow, every rebound is framed like she's rewriting history. Meanwhile, Clark? She's logging heavy minutes, leading the league in assists, taking hits every night, and still posting averages Reese hasn't sniffed. That's the difference between real growth and PR spin.
Went to the middle of the backboard and went to the left side. She grabbed the rebound, shot it back on the other side. Grabbed the rebound again, shot it back in the middle. She had 5 rebounds in a 30-second span and scored no points.
Nuts.
I don't want to hear nothing. When you go 4 for 16 and you taking point-blank range shots, you're not very good. You're not very good.
The truth is, Reese only looks like she's arrived because the bar was buried underground. When you expect mediocrity, even decent starts to feel miraculous. And that's why the coverage looks lopsided. Caitlin drops 20. Suddenly it's inefficient. Reese scores 15. She's the future of the game. Clark drills 5 threes. They nitpick her defense. Reese grabs boards. She's a basketball prophet. One player is judged like a seasoned vet, the other like a wide-eyed intern. That's not balance. That's bias disguised as hype.
How record labels pay radio stations to keep playing the same trash songs over and over again, hoping that the masses will eventually like it. This is exactly what it is with Angel Reese. These people are paid to keep force glazing her. That's why these announcers in the game force glaze her. That's why the media does shit like this, gives her McDonald's deals. ESPN does what they do. She gets Sportswoman of the Year because they feel so sorry that the world hates Angel Reese.
And this is where it gets comical. Reese's fans keep acting like we're in a neck-and-neck race. We're not. The numbers don't lie. The film doesn't lie. The tape shows who moves without the ball, who bends defenses, who forces coaches to game plan. Caitlin is living in defenders' nightmares. Reese is still learning how to lock in when the whistle blows. So before we start carving statues, let's hold the champagne. Because if all it takes is 8 games to prove the hate is wrong, then maybe the hype was never about basketball at all. Maybe it was always about noise. And noise fades when the wins stack up.